Hello, everyone.
Welcome back to the English Echo.
We're very happy you're here today.
Today, we're going to practice English together in a simple and relaxing way.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Sophia.
We're happy you're here today.
Let's learn together. So I want to start today by talking about a conversation I had earlier this week.
Oh, okay. What happened?
Well, I was speaking with a very dedicated English learner. Let's just call him Marco.
Right.
He has been studying for a few weeks, but he looked really tired. He actually told me he was ready to give up.
Oh, no. That's sad.
Yeah, he said to me, learning English is just too difficult. I cannot do it.
You know, that is a very common feeling.
It is, right?
Yes. Many learners reach a point where they feel like they hit a wall. When we start something big, the stress can feel very heavy.
Oh, for sure. The brain just feels tired.
Exactly. And giving up seems like the easiest option. But today, I want to introduce a different way to look at this problem.
I think our listeners would love a new way to look at it because, the feeling of wanting to give up is very uncomfortable.
It really is.
So what is this new way of thinking?
Well, I want you to ask yourself a simple question. What if the things you think are difficult are actually just new?
Difficult versus new. I need to think about that.
They sound similar, but they're very different ideas.
Yeah. I mean, when I say something is difficult, I'm telling myself a story, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying I don't have the skill or the power to do it.
Right. You are saying you are not good enough.
But if I say something is just new, that completely changes the story.
Exactly. Saying something is new means it is only a matter of time. It means you just lack experience, not ability.
But wait, let me stop you right there and push back a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you saying that nothing is difficult? Because I tried to fix the engine in my car last month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I am not a mechanic. That was definitely difficult, not just new. I actually broke a part of the engine.
Well, that is a fair point. We need to be clear about our words. There are things that require special training or expert knowledge.
Right, like fixing a car.
Yes. Fixing a car engine requires specific tools and years of study. But for most of our daily habits, it's different.
Like learning a language or starting a new job.
Exactly. For those things, the task itself is not physically impossible. It just feels terrible because our brain is not used to it.
So the feeling of, I cannot do this, is often a trick.
Yes, it is.
Our brain is tricking us into thinking a task is impossible just because we haven't done it before. But why does the brain do that?
To understand that, we have to understand the brain's main job. Your brain is a protector.
Okay. It wants to keep us safe.
Right. Its goal is to keep you safe and comfortable. Familiar things are safe because the brain knows exactly what will happen next.
That makes sense. It likes predictability.
But new things are a mystery. And to the brain, a mystery is dangerous.
Oh, I see.
When you face an unfamiliar situation, the brain's first instinct is to resist. It wants you to stop and go back to what is safe.
Wow. The brain is like a very nervous security guard.
Yes. That is a great way to describe it.
It likes the rules. It likes the normal routine. So when we sit down to try speaking to a native English speaker for the first time, the security guard wakes up.
Exactly. The situation is unknown, so the brain shouts, "Danger! Stop!"
It's just an automatic reaction.
It is. Let's imagine a very clear example to show how this works.
Okay, I love examples.
Imagine you are taking a walk in the forest. It is a beautiful day. You are looking at the trees.
Sounds relaxing.
But suddenly, you look down at the path. There's a snake lying right in front of your feet. What is your very first reaction?
Oh, if I see a snake, my first reaction is definitely fear. I don't even have to think about it.
Right. Your body just reacts.
Yeah, my heart will start beating fast. My legs will jump back. I will probably scream and run away in the opposite direction.
And why do you do that? The snake hasn't even touched you.
Well, because I don't know anything about snakes.
Exactly.
I don't know if it's poisonous. I don't know if it will bite me. My brain just connects the snake with danger, and it tells me to run to stay alive.
Yes. Your brain is shouting, "This is scary and unknown."
Oh.
Now, let's think about a different person in the exact same situation.
Okay. Who is it?
Let's think about a zookeeper. This zookeeper works in the reptile house. They spend all day, every day, with snakes.
Oh, right.
If this zookeeper is walking in the forest and sees the exact same snake, what do they do?
Well, the zookeeper probably stops and looks at it with interest. They definitely don't scream or run away.
And why not? It is the exact same animal.
Because the zookeeper has data, their brain has different information.
Yes.
They look at the snake's colors and the shape of its head. They recognize what kind of snake it is immediately.
They know it is not poisonous.
Right. They are familiar with how snakes move, so they feel calm.
That is the important difference. The snake didn't change. The environment didn't change.
Only the person changed.
Yes. The only thing that changed was the human's level of familiarity. Through repetition and daily contact, the zookeeper's brain learned that the snake is safe.
So the fear just disappeared.
Exactly. It was replaced by understanding.
I really like that comparison. It shows that our fear is not always a true signal of danger.
No, it's often just a signal that something is new.
But let me ask you this. The zookeeper chose to study snakes. They love animals. What about someone who is learning English because they have to?
That is a very realistic question.
Yeah, maybe they need it for a job they don't even like. If you don't enjoy the process, does the brain still get comfortable?
The truth is, the brain doesn't need you to love the activity to get comfortable with it.
It just needs repetition.
Yes, it only needs repetition. Even if you don't love studying English grammar, if you do it every single day, the brain will stop treating it like a threat.
It just becomes normal.
Right. It becomes part of your routine. The security guard goes back to sleep.
So repetition is the key to turning off the alarm in our heads. We just have to do the new thing until it becomes boring.
Exactly. Boring means safe.
But how long does that take? If I start a new habit today, when will my brain stop fighting me?
There is a general idea called the 3-month rule.
3 months.
Yes. Whenever you start a completely new habit, a new exercise routine, or a new language, you should give yourself 3 months.
That feels like a really long time.
I know. But you cannot judge your progress or your feelings on the first day or even the first week. Give your brain 90 days to adjust.
If I am scared of speaking English, feeling scared for 90 days sounds exhausting. Is there any way to speed that up? Like, can we do it in 3 weeks?
It is possible to feel better sooner, but we have to be realistic. Building new pathways in the brain takes physical time.
I guess that makes sense.
It is like walking through a forest with tall grass. The first time you walk through it, it's very hard. You have to push the grass out of the way.
Yeah, it takes a lot of effort.
But if you walk the same path every day for 3 months, you create a clear, flat road. It becomes easy to walk. You cannot build a flat road in one day.
That is a great visual. I have to walk the path until the grass is flat. But let's apply this to something much larger than a daily habit.
Okay, what are you thinking of?
Some things in life are not just a single new activity. Some projects are massive. They have hundreds of steps.
Oh, yes. They certainly do.
When we look at a giant project, we don't just feel scared. We feel frozen. We don't even want to take the first step.
You are talking about the danger of the big picture. Looking at a massive project all at once can freeze us.
Exactly.
Let's use a real-life example that many people experience. Let's talk about moving to a completely new country.
Oh, moving across the world is a perfect example. That is not just one task. That is a life-changing event.
Imagine a person who lives in a small town in Moldova, and they decide they want to immigrate to Canada.
Just thinking about all the paperwork makes my head hurt. There are governments involved, visas, finding a house, finding a job.
It's a lot. Let's list some of the actual requirements just to see how big it is.
Okay.
If you look at the whole list at once, it sounds impossible. First, you have to get your university diplomas assessed by a special foreign institution.
Right.
You have to gather all your old school papers, translate them, and send them across the ocean.
And you have to pay fees for that, and you have to hope the papers don't get lost in the mail, and you have to do all this in a second language.
Yes, and that is only step 1. Next, you must prove your English skills.
Oh, the exams?
You have to study for months and take a formal test like the IELTS exam. After that, you need a full medical examination from a specific doctor chosen by the government.
And I am sure there is a background check, too. You have to prove you are a good citizen.
Exactly. You need police certificates from every country you have lived in. Sometimes, you even have to send physical fingerprints.
Wait, really? Physical fingerprints?
Yes. You have to put ink on your fingers, press them onto a paper card, and mail that card from Europe all the way to the FBI in the United States.
That sounds exhausting.
And you have to contact all your past bosses from the last 10 years to write official letters about your work experience.
Okay, stop. Just listening to you read that list makes me want to take a nap.
It is a lot to process.
If someone handed me that list on a piece of paper, I would throw it in the trash. It feels like hitting a solid brick wall. It really does feel impossible.
But here's where we need to be very careful with our words. We need to separate two concepts: impossible and difficult.
Okay, I think I know where you're going with this.
Tell me.
Well, impossible means there's a rule saying I cannot do it. If the law says nobody over the age of 50 can apply, and I am 55, then it is impossible.
Exactly. The door is locked.
Right. I don't have the key, and I can never get the key.
Impossible is a closed door. But the integration process we just described is not impossible. What does difficult mean in this situation?
Following my own example, difficult means the door is not locked, but it has 50 different locks on it.
That is a brilliant way to say it.
I can open it, but I have to find 50 different keys. I have to do 50 different things before the door opens.
Yes. Difficult just means there are many small individual steps. It takes time and patience.
So we just need to find the keys.
Let's look at those keys. Let's break down those scary steps we talked about. Is it physically hard to go to your old university and ask the secretary for a copy of your diploma?
No. Walking into an office and asking a question is easy. Anyone can do that.
Is it hard to go to the post office, buy a stamp, and put an envelope in the mailbox?
No, that is a normal, everyday task. I do that all the time.
Is it hard to sit in a doctor's waiting room for 30 minutes?
Not at all.
Is it hard to write a short email to an old boss asking how they are doing and requesting a letter?
No. Sitting in a chair is easy. Typing an email takes 10 minutes. But I see the problem.
What is the problem?
Walking to the post office is easy. Typing an email is easy. The stress doesn't come from the actions themselves. The stress comes from trying to hold all 50 steps in my brain at the exact same time.
Yes, that is the secret. It only feels like a mountain when you try to imagine doing all of those things on the very same day.
And I don't have to do them on the same day.
No, you have months.
So if I give myself 8 months to move to Canada, the mountain becomes a flat road. On Monday, my only job is to walk to the post office. That is it.
And the rest of the list does not exist on Monday.
Right. On Thursday, my only job is to write one email.
Exactly. You turn a massive life event into a simple series of easy tasks. You do one simple thing, and then you rest.
That sounds so much better.
You do another simple thing next week. The only skill you really need to complete a huge project is patience.
I think this idea is incredibly helpful. And, it doesn't just apply to moving across the world. Most of us won't immigrate to Canada this year.
No, probably not.
But this feeling of being overwhelmed happens in our normal, everyday lives, too. We feel it at our jobs and when we try to build new daily habits.
It happens all the time. Let's think about a normal, everyday job. Let's imagine you get hired to work as a receptionist at a very busy dental office.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Think about your very first day at work. You open the front door and walk in. Describe what that feels like.
I would be terrified. Let's imagine the scene. I walk in and there are 3 telephones on the desk and they are all ringing at the same time.
Yes, it's very loud.
There are 5 patients sitting in the chairs and one of them is complaining loudly about a toothache. The dentists are walking fast down the hallway asking for files.
It is a lot of pressure.
I would feel like I was in the middle of a storm.
That is a perfect description of day one. You don't know how the phone system works. You don't know the passwords for the computer.
I don't even know where the bathroom is.
Exactly. You don't know what forms the patients need to sign. Everything is a mystery.
If that was me, I would sit at the desk, look at the ringing phones and think, I am not smart enough for this. I made a huge mistake.
Many people think that.
I would probably tell the manager I quit right now. My brain would be screaming at me to run away.
And many people do quit on their first day because they trust that feeling. They think the feeling of fear means they are failing.
But they aren't failing, it's just new.
Exactly.
Right.
So let's travel forward in time. Let's not even wait 3 months. Let's just imagine it is day 14. 2 weeks later.
Okay, 2 weeks.
You have gone to work for 14 days. You have answered the phone 200 times. Now, what does the office look like?
Well, the situation is completely different now. When I walk in on day 14, I have my coffee in my hand.
You feel calm.
The phones are still ringing, but my hand doesn't shake when I pick one up. I know exactly what button to push.
Yes.
I type my password into the computer without even looking at the keyboard. I know how to calm down the angry patient because I have done it 10 times already. I feel in control.
That is exactly what happens.
Yeah.
But let's look closely at what changed. Did the dental office get easier?
No, the phones are still ringing just as much. The computer software is still the same complicated software.
The patients are the same people.
Right. The job didn't change at all. I changed.
Yes.
Yes.
You gained experience. The unfamiliar became familiar. You walked through the tall grass until you made a clear path.
That is such a good feeling.
And this is the exact same process that happens with learning English. When our listeners sit down to practice speaking for the first time, it feels just like that chaotic dental office.
It really does. I hear this from listeners all the time.
What do they say?
They tell me they are terrified of making mistakes. They feel stupid when they try to pronounce a difficult English word.
Yes, it feels very uncomfortable.
I tell them to practice by standing in front of a mirror and talking to themselves, but they say they feel too silly. They say recording their own voice on their phone is the most terrifying thing in the world.
Why do you think recording their voice is so scary for them? The phone cannot bite them. It is not a snake.
That is a very good question. I think it's scary because it challenges our ego.
Ah, the ego, yes.
When we speak in our native language, we sound intelligent. We can express deep thoughts. But when we start speaking English, we might sound like a young child.
We make basic grammar mistakes.
Exactly. Hearing our own mistakes played back on a recording feels like a failure.
That is very true. Our ego does not like feeling small. I want to speak directly to everyone listening right now.
Please do.
Practicing English every day, recording your voice, or speaking to a native speaker will feel uncomfortable at first. Your brain will tell you it is too hard. Your ego will tell you to stop so you don't look silly.
Right. The brain wants to keep you safe from looking silly.
But you must understand that this discomfort is just the feeling of newness.
It is just like the first day at the dentist's office.
Yes.
The first time you record your voice speaking English, you will probably hate the sound of it. You might want to delete the audio file immediately.
But the 50th time you record your voice, it is just a normal, boring activity.
You will press record, speak, and not even care. It won't be scary anymore.
Exactly. You have to push through the uncomfortable stage. Soon, the English words will come out of your mouth automatically.
You won't have to stop and translate every single word in your head before you speak.
No, it will just flow. But we also have to remember an important truth about life. If learning a new language were easy, everyone in the whole world would speak 5 languages.
That is an excellent point. We live in a world where everything is fast, right? We have fast food, fast internet, fast delivery.
We want fast results.
So when learning English takes months or years, we think we are doing something wrong. We think it should be as fast as downloading a file onto a computer.
Yes, but human brains are not computers. Learning a valuable skill takes time. It requires patience and effort.
It really does.
You are building a new tool that will help you for the rest of your life. Do not let the fast pace of the modern world make you feel bad about taking your time.
I love that perspective. It is a valuable skill, so it deserves our time and our patience. We just need to trust the process of repetition and not trust our fear.
Exactly.
But before we finish today, I want to ask for a practical tool. We have talked a lot about the mind.
Yes.
How can we actually change our focus when we are standing in front of a giant project and feeling stuck?
Well, I like to use a simple picture in my mind when I feel stuck. I want you to imagine you are walking in the mountains.
Okay, I love the mountains.
You come to the bottom of a massive steep hill. The top of the hill is incredibly far away. Maybe the top is even covered in clouds, so you cannot see the end.
Oh, I know exactly how that feels. If I stand at the bottom and stare all the way up to the clouds, my legs start to hurt before I even take a step.
Yes, it is discouraging.
I look at the top and say to myself, I am so small and that mountain is so big, I will never reach the top. I should just go home.
That is what happens when we focus only on the final goal. The final goal is too big. Staring at the top makes the journey look impossible.
Like staring at the whole immigration checklist.
Exactly. It is the same as looking at a thick English dictionary with 1,000 pages and telling yourself you have to memorize all of it. You will fail before you start.
So what is the alternative? If I am not allowed to look at the top of the mountain, where should I look?
Well, you have to look somewhere.
Yeah, if I just look at the ground, won't I get lost? I need to know where I'm going.
You can look at the top of the mountain once just to check your map and set your direction. But after you know your direction, you must stop looking at the clouds.
Stop looking at the clouds. Okay.
Instead, you need to look down at your own feet. Just look at your shoes. Then, put one foot in front of the other. Take one single step forward.
Just one step.
Do not think about the 1,000 steps ahead. Just focus completely on the one small step you are taking right now.
I like that idea. Check the map once, then fold it up and put it in your pocket. Because taking just one step is easy. Anyone can take one single step.
Yes, a child can take one step.
It takes the heavy pressure and stress completely away from our minds. We stop worrying about the future and just focus on the present second.
Yes, it brings you back to the present moment. And here is the best part.
What is that?
While you are moving slowly, taking those small steps, you can actually enjoy the environment around you.
That's true.
You can look at the green grass growing near your shoes. You can look at the beautiful, colorful flowers next to the path. You can feel the cool wind on your face and listen to the birds singing.
So, you are telling us that the journey doesn't have to be painful. We always think that achieving big goals requires suffering and stress.
It doesn't have to be like that.
If we slow down, we can find good things along the way. Learning English can actually be fun if we stop worrying about being perfect tomorrow.
Exactly. Enjoying the present moment is the real secret to success. If you focus on the small, easy steps and find a little joy in the daily practice, something amazing will happen.
What happens?
You will walk for a while. Eventually, you will stop to drink some water and rest. You will look up from your shoes, and you will suddenly realize you're already standing at the top of the hill.
I think that is a beautiful place to wrap up our discussion. You reach your massive goal without ever feeling the heavy weight of the mountain pressing down on your shoulders.
Yes, that is the whole strategy.
You achieve the impossible just by focusing on the small, easy tasks right in front of you. One single foot, then the next foot. One short English lesson, then the next English lesson.
Trust yourself, give your brain time to update its information, and be patient with your progress. You are capable of doing very difficult things if you just break them down into small pieces.
So, the lesson for all of us is clear. We should never let the word difficult stop us from trying. Most of the time, difficult is just a mask for something new.
The door is not locked. It just has a lot of keys.
Exactly. We just need to take the scary task, break it down, and start walking.
Yes.
As we finish today, I want to leave you with a question to think about in your own life. Think about your goals for this year. What is one thing in your life right now that you keep telling yourself is too difficult?
It's a great question.
How can you take that big, scary thing and break it down into just one tiny, simple step that you can complete today? Don't worry about tomorrow. Just find your one step for today. Thank you for listening to The English Echo.
Keep practicing English every day.
Small steps can make a big difference.
See you in the next episode.